when I left Ralph's band, I moved up to Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C. area, and got a job. Wasn't long after I was up there, I would, I'd get out and go see, the Country Gentlemen. They were playing at a little place called the Shamrock. And then there was a group called the Seldom Seen, which John Duffy used to be in the Country Gentlemen, and he had started his own band called the Seldom Seen. And so between those two groups, I would just go and listen because I'd met them when I was with Ralph, and we kind of had a friendship. Emerson, the banjo player with the Country Gentlemen, called me and said, "Hey, man," he said, "we're going to New York and recording, and would love for you to come play fiddle, or love for you to come and record." And I said, "Well, I'd love to. That'd be great, And I said, "So what's going on with Doyle, Lawson?" And he said, "Oh, Doyle's going to play. He'll play mandolin." Because I thought, fiddle with a Country Gentleman, that's never been done. I mean, you guys have, that band has never had a fiddle in the band, no recordings, And he said, "No, we want to add the fiddle. We're going to have Mike Aldridge play some dobro." And I thought, man, that'll be fun. They called me within a couple of months and asked me to join the band and go on the road with them. So I played with the Country Gentlemen for about 2.5 years. I left the Country Gentlemen, and I got a phone call from J.D. Crowe. His mandolin player, Larry Rice, Tony Rice's brother, was going to be leaving, and they wanted to know if I'd wanted the job. And I said, "Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love, the thing I disliked so much about working with the Country Gentlemen wasn't the guys, wasn't the music, but I didn't get to sing very much. They had all the singing covered, and I was just playing fiddle. I wasn't getting to play any mandolin or anything like that, So, and he said, "Well, you have all the singing and all the playing you want to do here, And I said, "Well, just want you to know that someday I want to have my own band, And he said, "Well, that's fine. Just come here and play with us as long as you want to. When you decide you want to leave, then fine, But we'd like to have you come now." So I came and worked with JD for about 1.5 years. When Tony left, I felt like, hey, this is time to start something, So Jerry and I talked about starting a band, and so we started Boone Creek, the bluegrass band that we had, because I really wanted to know what it was like to actually have my own band, and really it was like, because Emmy Lou Harris had called me and, wanted me to come with her back before I even went with JD, and I said, I want to stay in bluegrass a little bit longer. I said, there's just so much stuff about the music that I want to learn, and I really want to know what it's like to have my own band, And I said, maybe I'll be calling you one of these days, And she said, "Well, that's fine." And so Rodney Crowell was still in the band, and I knew if I went to Emmy Lou that I wouldn't be singing as much. I'd be like I was with the Country Gentlemen, that just wouldn't get a chance to really utilize Ricky Skaggs to the fullest of what I could do. And so anyway, so when Rodney left, we started Boone Creek and we had that band for 2 years. And so when Rodney left, I got the phone call from Emmy, and she said, "Well, you're number 1 on the list, and we're calling just to see if you are ready. Would you consider coming out and working full time? Rodney's gone. I'd love for you to sing harmony, sing all his parts, and and play fiddle, mandolin, banjo, guitar, all the things that you can play. We need them all, And so I told the boys in Boone Creek, I said, "Man, I can't pass this opportunity up. I'm sorry, but I really need to go do this, So, I mean, the hot band was definitely a hot band. I mean, when I joined, we had Hank DeVito on steel. We had Glenn D. Harden on piano from Elvis. We had Emery Gordy that had come from Elvis as well on bass. John Ware playing drums, and Albert Lee playing guitar. Oh my God in heaven. It was like, I can't believe I'm hearing all my favorite musicians, in one band, And so we did like a 6-week tour to Europe, That was my first time out on the road with them, and learned so much, and it inspired me deeply.